The Sony MZ-E95 was the world's first portable MD player with a lithium-ion polymer battery. It came with a nice charging dock and front LEDs to display the charge level. It looks a bit similar to the dual headphone MZ-E75. There's a battery check button to show you the current charge level. We'll test that later. As you can imagine, the original cells were dead and were already removed from these devices when I received them. Here are the replacements from AliExpress. Two 1000 mAh packs with the proper connector. I've heard they're not a great fit. Let's get started. Just 4 screws for the bottom. Simple hinge towards the bottom, and it's open. The batteries were already removed, but you can see the connector there at the bottom left corner. Let's open this one up too. I was going to open this one, but I'll leave it for now. Okay, let's see how these fit in. Okay, definitely not sideways. I'm going to try and avoid hitting the small switches, but it's not looking good right now. I can feel some charging circuitry under this tape. I'm wondering why there's so much extra wire here. It won't fit with this anyway. That charging board is hitting the plug. We'll have to find a way to make it fit in this orientation. Let's take the tape off and see underneath. Okay, so there's the charging board. And a decent amount of space where this wire is coiled up. Let's test fit it like this so I can see what's going on. I can actually use the space here by moving the wires aside. It's almost sitting flush. I want to make sure I'm not impeding these switches. Okay, let's try and connect the battery pack and see what to do with these wires. Still a big loop here. I'm going to pull some of the slack back under the tape. I'm not in love with this thing making a hard 90-degree turn, but based on where the connector is on the board, there aren't a lot of other choices. There is room to tuck in more cable. I suppose a nicer way would be to cut it and reconnect it. There's actually a decent amount of space between the battery pack and the charging contact since the jack is keeping the pack from moving all the way down. This is not ideal, but let's test it. Okay, the lid fits mostly flush. Turn the battery switch on and push battery check. Looks like it's got some charge. Charging looks like it's working also. That was just a test. Let's clean this up a bit more. Let's pull this extra cable all the way under the tape. There's actually a decent amount of room here. Okay, now there's no excess cable, but we've still got that 90-degree turn. No getting around that. Let's add some extra tape. Okay, let's close it up. Check all the switches first. Holding it this way lets gravity help keep them down. Fits fine. Let's check the switches. Looks good. Let's close it up. Let's put it on the dock. Okay, charging seems fine. Battery check shows some charge. Okay, that one's good. Let's do another one. Here's the new sealed battery pack. Based on what I learned last time, let's peel off this tape. I'll start by tucking this excess wire away. There, that should be enough. Still a tight fit with that connector. But I think we're mostly flush. Plug in the pack. It's a tight fit, and I don't want it rubbing on that contact, so I'll cover that with tape. Test fit. Testing the switches. Okay, not bad. I'm going to try and make a bit more space here. I did add a bit of electrical tape to protect the wires from rubbing against that charging contact. So let's test fit. Looks good. I'm closing it up. Let's enable the battery pack and check the status. This one has a lot of charge. Let's check charging via the dock. Let's test playback. Okay, starts up pretty quickly. Sounds fine as well. Let's make sure the sound presets do something. Okay, it works. But let's get inside the top lid for a clean and lube. There's a flex cable present because of the LED strip, so let's open it carefully. Let's clean up stray hairs and dust, then we'll clean and lube. Be super careful near the laser lens. There are some thin wires there that could easily be damaged. Okay, now for the usual cleaning with isopropyl alcohol. See that one screw near the disc spindle? That's all you need to remove the middle section. In this case, I don't need to go any deeper. After cleaning the gear shaft and rail, I'll apply the usual white lithium grease. As usual, I like to park the sled to the far side when I'm done, so it can work the lube in while it returns to the home position. Closing it is pretty straightforward, but watch out for the hook on one side and the arm on the other. On this side, make sure that tab is under the outermost arm. On this side, make sure the loop is around the small hook on the outermost arm. Okay, well that's it. A couple of MZ E95s rejuvenated with new batteries. As always, thanks for watching.